Alright guys, so today we're gonna have a champion highlight because this champion just completely changed the free to play. Now, I have pulled this champion a little while ago. I just wasn't using until pretty much I started the rares and below only account because she's kind of a cheat code. Okay, and I didn't realize she was such a cheat code until I actually got her 3-star ascended. All right, so that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be taking a look in this champion and how far 3-star ascension just pulled me. What's up guys, it's your boy Russian with another Raid Shadow Legends video. So with no further ado, let's take a look at this champion. So Senna Amberheart, okay? If you're looking for a sign to get a fresh start in raids and become a part of my squad, this is it. Click my link in the description and get a free Karato as well as 3 more epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Player in Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champion. This is your chance to get Karato for free, as well as Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress your account in raid. So click on my link right now and claim them. Now, if you guys look at what I'm using on her, I really don't have much gear right now. This account's day 43, so it's fairly new. And it's not like the Hell Hades challenge where I'm spending 12 hours plus playing the account. So right here on her boots, I have speed boots, right? I have stalwart kit and I have life. So the reason why is just because I needed high HP on her and I didn't have any other pieces. And as you guys know, I can farm this. So I got a 5-star and a 6-star. 5-star didn't have the silver to be able to get to level 16 of the gear, but that's okay. And here I have some more speed and some accuracy. By the way, the accuracy is only because that was the only piece I have for stalwart gear. All right, so let's take a look at her kit really quick. Also masteries. I should be able to get some masteries right now. Not much, not enough to complete her, but still helps. All right, so let's look at her kit. And as you guys can see, I have not put a single book on her, okay? Now, one of the things I always mention is sometimes having a lot of legendaries in your account's really bad. And the reason why it's bad is because you don't have the books. It takes months, over months, for you to be able to get the books. And almost until you can start farming Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare Clan Boss. So, what does she bring to the table? First of all, her aura is 19% in all battles. So pretty standard for a legendary, unless it's a focus aura. Alright, so on her A1, Amber Trust. Attacks one enemy, has 50% chance of instantly activate a continuous heal buff on each ally. So pretty much every time she attacks with her A1, if she has buffed the allies with continuous heal, they get healed. On her A2, place a 30% increased speed buff and 15% continuous heal buffs on all allies for 2 turns. Also fills the turn meters of all allies by 20%. Now, this is right now at a 5-turn cooldown. That can drop to 3-turn cooldown. So pretty much all my books now should be going to her, okay? Because I need to be able to lower those cooldowns so she can actually heal me faster and get me a lot farther in the game. Her A3 revives all dead allies with 50% HP and 50% turn meter, then teams up with all allies revived by this skill to attack the enemy with the lowest HP. The allies joining the attack will use their default skills, and that's in a 6-turn cooldown, but you can lower that to 4. If you guys see, the amazing thing about her is everything on her A2 and A3 goes to reducing cooldown. So if I was lucky to, or lucky cannot be anymore, I should be able to, with 4 books, to be able to get to the lowest amount of turns. Now, her A1's not too bad. If you guys see, like, a lot of champions, they take almost like 20 books, Jesus. She only takes 4 on her A1, and everything else goes cooldown. So, pretty good to apply books on her. I would say 10 out of 10, but that's not what really made the game changer. Like, having her, it's huge, right? But as you guys know, 43 days, I wasn't really farming that high, but yesterday was Sunday, so I was able to actually go and get some of the potions to be able to get her higher on her stars. So I was able to get her passive. And that's what is massive, is Healing Glow. Whatever continuous heal buff activates on an ally fills the turn meters of all allies by 5%. At the time, at the end of this champion's turn, increase the duration of continuous heal buff on a random ally except this champion for 1 turn. So, anytime a continuous heal activates an ally, she adds 5% turn meter in all allies. Now, I have to test, but I believe it's not just hurt. What it means, if I have another healer, another champion with continuous heal, and I pretty much stack and maybe a buff extender, they're just cycling attacks, okay? So this is really good. Plus, she has a chance, in the end of the turn, she will actually extend in a random ally, just one, to continuous heal. So also helps a lot, and this alone is a huge game changer because let's take a look. Let's talk about dungeons first. So on the dungeons, I was able to get stage 6. Now I know stage 6 doesn't look that big, but that's where I actually got, I believe, 1800 of those coins, right? So that's pretty big because at this point, for me to be waiting for a 2x event or anything, it's not that worth it. I mean, it is, but it still doesn't mean I gonna pull anything that I need. So pulling right now, you know, if I was to get Awakening for Senna or some of the other champions, it would change the account a lot, even if that's a 1 or 2 star Awakening. So it is worth as of right now. Later in the game, when you have some Awakenings, it's okay for you to just wait for a 2x, probably best as well. So yeah, so I got this. Now, where it start changing is Minotaur. Minotaur right now, I can go to stage 15 and solo. Not solo. Be able to actually complete. What it means, I can actually start getting all masteries for my main champions. So this is pretty big because, like I mentioned before in videos, it is cheaper to spend gems on energy than to spend the gems on the masteries. It comes out cheaper, you get all the masteries and still have some gems to account for. So this is huge. This is gonna help a lot our core teams. Dragon Slayer, she was able to push me to stage 17. Stage 18, the only issue I have is because all my damage and some of the protection gonna be coming from magic champions. What it means, I haven't tested, I may actually go in and do a fight. As you guys see, it's still kind of long. It's still 182. And I feel one of the main reasons is because Kyle is still level 50. He's not 6-star. I also gonna discuss who I gonna be 6-starring next and why. So Ice Golem's pick was a good push as well, stage 17. Fire Knight Castle, stage 13. What it means, I just got a nice fat Sacred Shard, okay? So really good. Now that's the main thing I need to talk about too, is because I have, as of right now, I feel I have kind of like the buildings of a core team, okay? Even being day 43, I believe. This is a time I should be thinking about saving my shards. Now usually I don't until I can get to Nightmare or Ultra Nightmare, because you usually don't get enough shards, you don't get what you need to be able to do a fusion. But I feel it's okay for me to try to hold on to, even if I don't hold on for the next fusion, but hold on to a 2x event. Now it's gonna become to where, while it's great and I am getting Sacred Shards and maybe I luck out and pull another legendary, a lot of those legendaries gonna be put in the back burner, okay? Because you guys have to understand, like, Senna is one of the few legendaries that you can get a lot from her with no books. There's a lot of champions that really, if you guys search anything, you're gonna be seeing they're good for mid to late game, but not for early game. Because, and it's basically because you guys want to be able to book those champions, so why to even bother? Okay, like, you can't book some of those champions not booked. They can be the best champions in the game. If they're not booked, they're garbage, okay? Because it's gonna take so long for them to cycle the ability you actually need that it's not worth it, okay? Unless it's like a one-shot kill, maybe in the arena, but when you go to like campaign, when you go to dungeons, Doom Tower, they're just taking up space. All right, so spider I haven't attempted. I do believe I have enough damage to take care of the spiderlings, but the reason is I really haven't had the need to go up on that. I'd rather work a little bit better on some of the other areas. I am feeling the need right now to actually get some of those accessories from spider in the most crit damage accessories, but I am putting on hold right now. Dungeon keeps, I actually haven't gone far in here because, well, I haven't had this open for a while and I hadn't had the need really. I'm starting to feel the need to actually get my champions a little bit higher with their ascension, right? As you guys see, I have Hellcat, and that's another champion that right now it's on the back burner. I pulled Nianri, and she's in the back burner. Like, amazing champion, amazing everything, but I really feel I need to concentrate on my core team. So let's talk about the clan boss, right? Clan boss is really where, when you start opening higher clan boss stages, that will help your account because you're going to be getting really good resources in the most early game. If you start opening higher and higher, you're going to be getting gems, you're going to be getting shards, you're going to be getting gear, everything. So as of right now, I just one-keyed Brutal. Now, before I had got her to level 3 Ascension, I was probably kind of fluctuating a lot between 7 and 10. Like, I was getting like 10 something, and then still on Void, next run, get a lot less. So it was very consistent. I'm not saying it's too consistent right now, but I was able to one-key. What it means, now I'm moving up to Brutal. Now, is that great? 5.23. No, but as you guys see, I pretty much should be able, I still gonna have like 2 more keys at least by the end of the day, so I should be able to get to Master Chest. Okay, Master Chest still pretty good because it can give me Void Shards, can give me Ancient Shards, gonna give me gems, probably some gear. Okay, even not the best, but you know, it's still a new account. So this being said, what is my team? As you guys see, I have Senna, give me some speed in the beginning. Then I have Kael. I have what I probably gonna be trying to work on getting him also to 3-star Ascension. Then, as you guys see, I have Alice and I have Karato. So, as you guys know, if you saw the video yesterday, I talked about some of the buildings of, you know, a clan boss team. At this point, what I had was pretty much like, I'll throw whatever I have in there because I don't have a team. Okay, I don't have a built team. That's something I focus more on the rares and blue only account because, you know, you have to start early thinking about those things. At this point, I was thinking about, you know, clearing dungeons, anything I could just brute force. But now, because it became a big game changer with Senna, I need to be thinking about how I'm gonna get my damage, all that stuff. So, as of right now, I do have Senna. I will keep her. I will keep Kyle to be able to use poisons, but he will probably be my next 6-star champion because he's kind of squishy at 5-star in the most when you start going up to Brutal, Nightmare, and I know I have a lot of use for him, the most of Dragon, a lot of other areas of the game. So he will be my next one. Sigmund gonna stay where he is because he does have the decreased attack, he does have the strength buff and shield buff. So pretty much he'll help keep us alive. Now, because as you guys know, you need a speed booster, and we do have Senna as a speed booster, but hold on. So she's the main speed booster right now, but its cycles takes too long, right? So the first 4 are gonna be kept. Now, Karato, and I know it's on my link code, and you guys may see, well, you're selling him cheap. No, he's great in a lot of areas. He's amazing at the spider, but on clan boss, I don't think he has as much use as those other champions. So he will be the replaceable one. So what am I looking for right now? So what I'm looking for in my champions are 2 things. I will be looking for an extra speed booster and hopefully speed booster that can also decrease defense. So let's see if we have something like that in the account. I haven't looked, swear, but that's what I should be focusing on, right? So buffs, what I want right now, debuffs. So let's see if I can have, my K can eat that too. So I want decrease defense, decrease speed would be good. Doesn't work in all areas, but all right. So things may change right now. All right, so I do have decreased defense, big version, okay, on Fane. Now, if you guys don't know, Fane is also a pretty good poisoner, okay? Like looking at her kit, exotic blades, attacks one enemy 2 times, which is not bad. Each hit has 35% of stealing 5% of the target's current turn meter. Doesn't work for Clan Boss, but works for Fire Knight. Then you go, the A2 attacks one enemy. It has 75% chance of placing 2 5% poison debuffs and a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. So she's doubling down. All right, then Flowing Style attacks one enemy 3 times. The first hit has 75% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 3 turns. The second hit has 75% chance of placing a 25% weaken on top of it for 3 turns. The third hit heals this champion by 4% off their max HP for every debuff on the target. So, Miss Faye, I think you're coming to the squad. No, serious. So she's bringing a lot to the table. What actually makes me think I need to hold on Kyle. Now, you guys probably think, oh, you said Kyle. Yes, because I didn't do what I usually would do before I commit any champion to 6-star, okay? So I do have Fane. As you guys know, I didn't play with this account for like a month, so I'm still kind of getting back. So I do have Fane. So Fane being able to take Kyle's spot right now, right, against a Clan Boss, maybe even in other areas. So she's bringing a lot to the table, decreased defense, decreased attack, all that stuff. So now let's take a look. Because I could honestly still keep Kyle and have 2 poisoners, okay? But that also means I have to get 2 to 6-star. But it can be a problem. Because resources, you know, that's a free to play. So, alright, so problem solved. Fane. Right now, still Karato, Kyle. Who gonna drop? Okay? So let's try to take a look in other effects. So I have everything with Fane. So I have weaken, I have decreased defense, I have decreased attack, and I have poisons. So pretty much she can take care of a lot more than any other champion, besides for heals and revives, okay? So let's take a look in other effects. So how about field turn meter? So okay, so a lot of those champions have a field turn meter, but it's pretty much like for themselves, right? Now, argument is I do have a lot of love for Discard, and he's actually booked as of right now because I had planned before some of my pools to get him up. Not going through his kit today. I'll do a highlights on some of those champions in another time. So speed boosting, most of them just speed boost themselves. Let's take a look in healers. So big question. So that's stuff that I have to wonder because I do have Ninhe. Now she'll cause a lot of problems because books, okay, and it's that's when you have a great and amazing champion and you have to really sometimes not actually 6-star for months. Okay, I would argue. So he carries a shield, he carries increased defense, right? But and he has increased speed. But that would be doubling down on my other champion. I could get Selenia Nightcloak, and the reason for her is she does heal herself with the HP burn, attacks on enemies. She can increase HP burn. She attacks 3 times on random, so she's good in a lot of areas. And she can increase accuracy and place HP burns. And she can boost herself. So that wouldn't be a bad idea. We also have Valerie that does carry increased attack. That's not much. And that reminds me, increased attack, something I don't have. Alright, so let's look if we can get some increased attack right now. Okay, so I think you guys know who's gonna be my next choice. Alright, so Discard. So Discard's already booked, what makes it a lot easier. So on his A3, he does add increased defense and increased attack on all lives. And it's on a 3-turn cooldown, on a 2-turn booked. So, and right here, he also adds a shield. Okay, it's on himself, but it's okay. But he has a provoke, what helps a lot of times with mobs, a lot of the waves and stuff. So, this being said, I guess my plan as of right now, You guys gotta remember it's gonna change depending if I pull certain champions as I'm trying to get them up to speed, to the right level and everything. So clan boss, what it seems to be right now, okay? So my clan boss team that I'm building right now, and let me know in the comments if you guys agree with any of my choices, but it will be Senna. I'll keep Senna, I'll keep Sigmund, and I'll keep Alice. Now, the next one I gonna be getting up. That's a hard choice. So I really need to see what I need more. I do think Fane. Fane because of decreased defense and her weaken. So I will be bringing Fane up. And Fane gonna take Karato's spot. Then after that, I'm gonna be working on Giscard. And Giscard, as soon as he's up, he will be taking Kael's spot. So pretty much, if I had all the resources I have in some of my other accounts, would be different. I would just bring them both up and throw them there. But as of right now, I will gain more with Fane in the spot of Karato, even knowing that Karato is 6-star and Kael is 5. I will hold Kael for a while on 5-star until I can work with my core clan boss team. And as you guys know, as I get different champions that can do different things, maybe better, the moment I can book some other champions, I'll start moving the teams around and make them better. And that's why I'm not going to go too crazy with speed tuning in the beginning. But that should be able to get me from Brutal to Nightmare. Even if I'm not 1 key in Nightmare, it's fine. But if I can, even 4 key Nightmare. And I should be able to do a lot less, but as you guys know, gear also influence a lot how far you can go. So yes, and I should be getting all the way up here, what is pretty exciting, and I would say probably with the next week. Anyway guys, just want to give a highlight in that new champion and show you guys where I expect to go with this account with the next week. This is a free-to-play account, one of the luckiest accounts I've ever had in my life, but still free-to-play. Alright guys, I really appreciate you all being here, and as always, I'll see you in the game.